Today's video, we're interviewing South Koreans, asking them about thoughts about South Korea, getting the truth about what some people get wrong about South Korea. I'm here with your name?
My name is Bo-kyung.
Daye.
Daniel.
Philip.
Nice to meet you, Philip. Where are you from in South Korea?
From Seoul.
What brings you to the UK?
I'm currently studying my undergrad, studying politics.
Explore world more, and I quit my job and came to the UK to explore more English culture, I guess. Yeah.
And how long have you been here?
2 months.
This year I've been for 3 months because I came back from military service in South Korea.
My husband lives here.
Okay.
Yeah. To be with him, that's why I'm here.
Is he Korean? Is he English?
Oh, actually, he's half Australian, half British.
Okay. And how did you meet?
We met from another meetup group in Seoul, actually.
Wow. Was it love at first sight? How
Oh.
did your relationship develop?
Yeah, actually, I crushed on him. Yeah, and I suggested him like, hey, like, can I like give you some tour in Seoul? And then like, yeah, we date one day, and then like he said, oh, you know what, I like you, and now here, yeah.
So you asked him out first. You asked him to go on a tour with you.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
It is cool. It is. It's very proactive. And now you're married.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we
Wow. How long was it from you first dating to getting married or getting engaged?
It's about 7 years, I guess. Yeah, 7 years. Yeah.
Did he propose to you? Did you propose to him? How did that happen?
Honestly, no one proposed, unfortunately, because of Korean culture. Just like my parents slightly pushed us to get married first. So yeah.
What's the funniest stereotype you've heard about South Korea?
You know what? When I introduce myself, that I'm from Korea, and the first question is, oh, North Korea or South Korea? And also, like when I say, oh, I'm from South Korea, and then like they try to say hi to me in Korean, and then like instead of just saying like, you know, like traditionally we just say 안녕하세요 like this, but like yeah, some people try to say 안녕하세요 like this. So like, hey, no, this is not how we normally say hi to each other.
So you don't bow when you say 안녕하세요?
We bow, but
No,
with this hand, no.
So that's the funniest stereotype.
Yeah.
Maybe the most popular one, I guess, that Korean people eat dog.
I've not heard that one. Is that free?
Really?
I've heard that about, not to be rude, Chinese people, but I didn't hear that about Koreans.
It's like the oldest traditional stereotype about Korean people. But actually we do and we don't.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So let's go into you do eat dogs, because I didn't think that was actually a thing. I've never seen Koreans eating dogs in the time I've been in Korea. So let's talk about that.
When I was younger, my grandmother had 5 puppies in her house, and when I came to her house in several months and they're gone, and I asked her about where's the puppies, and she said the man next door has them, caught them, and to eat them.
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't know that's
Really?
true or false.
Okay.
But
How old were you?
I was maybe 12, 13.
How did that make you feel?
Very sad.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, very sad and tremendous. I feel terrible.
And have you ever heard of any other situation where Koreans have eaten dogs?
I don't know. There was a saying that eating dogs makes you healthier, I
Okay.
guess. So that's the start.
I have one experience when I was really young. My parents tried to feed the meat that I don't know, but turns out it was dog. I don't really prefer to eat dog, but many older people in South Korea, they think eating a dog can help your health. So some of them eat the dog in certain period of time. We kind of try to judge. That's kind of stereotype of South Korean.
So the stereotype is that you don't really care about other people, you judge.
I don't try to judge other people, but most of people judge people.
I mean, I guess people can be bad at speaking English normally. I guess there's some truth to that in a way that people don't really communicate as easily as compared to people from around the world. But I think we're pretty good at English. People speak well. They're very well spoken, communicate what they want to say clearly.
Do you feel there's a difference between the level of English in Seoul and the level of English in outside of Seoul with South Koreans? Because I've mostly spent most of my time in Seoul, and I found, people spoke a good amount of English there when I needed, but I didn't really travel much outside of it. So I don't know if you can give us perspective with regards to that.
Well, I'm from Seoul, so if I'm being honest, I don't really know that many people who speak English from places outside of Seoul. But I guess people in Seoul might have a better level of English speaking because most foreigners in Korea live in Seoul. So I guess people are just more used to it as compared to places in the countryside or just places outside of Seoul.
What's one thing people assume about South Korea that's totally wrong?
They still think like we're in the middle of a war.
I've heard this before, yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Honestly, if you visit Korea, it's one of the very peaceful country right now. Even though like officially it's still in the middle of a war, but no, there's no battle, so it's fine. Safe.
So I was in Seoul last year for a month and
Yeah.
it was as peaceful as anything. So I don't understand this thing where people think there's a war with North Korea. There's tension, but there's no war.
Yeah, exactly.
Korean people study hard. Actually, in school, there are a few students who study hard, but rest of them are not studying hard.
And which of them were you?
In between.
Okay.
Probably like white people could think Korean or any Asian people be very introvert and very shy, but some of them are not. But they might think that way because, you know, English is our not first language. But when they get closer, then most of people are not introvert and they could also be extrovert.
People in Korea are normally seen as hardworking with no work-life balance, pretty much. I guess that's kind of like the perception people have towards South Korea. But again, I think it kind of depends on the culture, but also on kind of environment you're surrounded in. People work in finance, medicine, and that kind of professions. They tend to be more hardworking with obviously much less work-life balance. But it isn't the case for everyone. There are a lot of people who just don't work as hard as other people. So I guess it's pretty similar to anywhere else in the world. Overall, the sentiment is that Koreans are quite hardworking, which again, I think it does have a bit of truth to, but is not necessarily the case all the time.
What's one thing people think all Koreans love, but they don't actually all love?
Spicy food. Not every Korean people like spicy food. Like for example, me, I can't handle the spicy food. Yeah. So yeah,
So you don't like kimchi, or is that?
I like kimchi, but less spicy one.
Okay.
Not like spicy.
Any others that come to mind? Stereotypes that you think people all think Koreans like, but they don't.
Oh, this is a little bit tricky, but like, you know, like people here like, assume that like, oh, all of Korean people, everybody's like hard worker, but actually not really. yeah, some people like just hanging around, not hard worker, just they want to enjoy their life. So that's like one of them.
Socializing with others. I think in Korea, there are more shy people than foreigners, I guess. In comparing with Western culture, I think that's because of the 유교 사상. That's an educational, like that you have to absorb yours in your body when you was a child and becoming an adult. You just have to behave yourself and polite, and that's because why Korean people are shyer than Western people.
I think most of international people think we all like K-pop and K-drama or K-movies. They probably think we're all into it, but it's not true. Like some of them are really into like pop and like pop song or the movie from different countries. So it's kind of like not all Korean likes K-pop.
Do you like K-pop? And if not, what are you into?
I do like both, yeah.
I guess like K-pop. I mean, K-pop's huge in the world, and a lot of South Koreans do like K-pop. But again, that's not true. Again,
Do you like K-pop?
not personally. I do know a few people who do like K-pop and are quite enthusiastic about it.
What's your go-to then if it's not K-pop music?
Just hip-hop, probably, both pop and Korean rap, that kind of stuff.
What's one thing you wish people understood about South Korea?
I wish Korea, of course, Korea has like lots of different like genres as well for music as well. But somehow like people just assume, oh, Korean people love the K-pop, like you said. But no, there are so many like beautiful songs with beautiful lyrics in Korean. So I wish many people here learn Korean a little bit, and then they can understand about Korean language more. And I wish they could feel how beautiful is Korean language.
If you are planning to come to Korea, know the word 안녕하세요. That's the key. So if you can say 안녕하세요, they will welcome you.
It's just hello, right?
Yes, that makes Korean people totally welcome and be open to foreign people. Yeah.
As a South Korean, as an international student studying in London, we do actually really work hard in terms of learning a new language and studying our specific course. It could be different from other people, but I hope people who live in London, like originally from London, could understand like how we actually work really hard to live in London.
What's been the most challenging thing that you've had to adapt to living in London and the UK?
It's obviously adapting in class because all the class is all English and there's actually diverse people in the class, and it's really hard to get to know Korean, but in terms of getting to know each other, people from all around the world is actually really difficult, but we have to deal with this to survive in this London society.
I guess one thing that stands out in particular is the kind of respect we have for the elders. Although in many Western countries and places around the world, we do have a degree of respect towards people either older than you or just in the elderly demographic. As a South Korean, I feel like even with the way we talk to people older than us, it's more restrained, more polite, phrased way differently. And I guess one thing you could sort of keep in mind when you do choose to visit Korea is to sort of understand that cultural background.
What's the strangest question you've been asked about South Korea?
Are you eating kimchi every day? Like something like that? Often we eat kimchi, but we don't eat kimchi every single day.
Is there any food that you do actually eat every single day or no?
Rice, obviously.
Well, it's not strange, it's quite common, but whether we like people in North Korea, a lot of people have asked me how we feel about North Korea, whether we have an antagonistic sentiment towards them. Again, it's not the people to blame, it's always the government. And we don't blame, we feel actually sorry for the ordinary people living in North Korea because they have to go through what they're going through because of the government and the authoritarian regime.
What's a secret about South Korea that might surprise people?
So many mountains. Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Everywhere. I think, I don't know, 60-70% we have like mountains in Korea, South Korea.
Are you much of a hiker? Have you gone up the mountains as well, any of them? Do you recommend any of them?
I don't like exercising.
Maybe there are more to see than Seoul and Jeju Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you come to Korea, you can visit many beautiful places other than Seoul and Jeju Island.
Where do you recommend?
I recommend Jeonju.
Where's that?
That southwestern part of Korea. That's a place that you can see many Hanok traditional Korean houses there.
Yes, people just normally think of Koreans and most of the Asia Pacific as a quite traditional conservative society. It is to some degree, but people in our generation tend to be more open, progressive, and try not to stick to the sort of traditional values we have upheld throughout our history. And that's obviously partly influenced by media, social networking, that kind of thing. So I guess it's not as traditional and conservative as people often think when they picture places in the Asia Pacific.
What's one Korean food that people think all Koreans eat, but you actually all don't eat it?
Yeah, I said that, yeah.
Kimchi. You don't all eat kimchi, no?
Not all of them. No.
What's your favorite Korean food?
My favorite Korean food is chicken feet with Korean spicy sauce, but not spicy.
Okay.
But
Maybe kimchi. Kimchi is the famous one. And also the seafood. There are a lot of people who can't eat seafood.
How come?
I don't know, because it's 비려.
Allergy? Oh, fishy, okay.
Fishy. Yeah, many of my friends can't eat seafoods because of the smell or fishy.
Do you eat kimchi? Do you like kimchi?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Kimchi, I'd say probably. It's one of the main side dishes that we do eat regularly. But I've seen a lot of people who don't taste of it, the texture, and also like the kick it has. It's quite spicy food.
Aside from kimchi, is there something that you think is even more popular?
I think most Korean who live in London could understand this, but they always mix with rice, egg fries with pork belly.
What do movies and TV shows get wrong about South Korea, from your opinion?
K-drama is quite like romantic comedy genre. Because of that, like many people in London, they have some fantasy that like Korean man's gonna be so romantic all the time, but no, not really. They're also the same human being like here. The drama, the TV show, movie, they just like trying to show more like over the too much.
Over dramatized romanticism. Yeah.
Over dramatized, yes, exactly.
That people get dressed nice. Yeah, there are people who dress nice, but they earn who they earn. Yeah, that's a stereotype. I friends don't care about how they dress. That's the thing. Yeah.
Most of the Korean TV series, it's pretty all about romantic. The guy really care about the girls, and then most Japanese and Chinese, I'm pretty sure most of people like Korean guy because the guy from the TV shows be always generous and they actually really love them, but it's like a fiction, so it could, but sometimes it couldn't. So you guys have to be careful when you meet Korean guys in terms of dating.
We're normally seen as like that we're good at maths, probably, but I think the key to that is more about sort of education that we go through. It doesn't really require you to sort of have a critical viewpoint on your essays or exams or whatever. It's just about choosing the right answer. And that sort of educational background applies to maths as well, because math, although it does have a critical element to it, often comes with fixed outcomes, answers, and results. Again, maths, not everyone in Asia is good at maths, and Korea as well. There's this term called supoja, which we say to people who just given up on studying maths because they're just not good at it. So that itself kind of explains how not everyone in Asia is good at maths.
Well, what kind of amount of people do you think give up on maths in South Korea? Because in the UK, it's a good amount from my experience. What is it like in South Korea?
Depends on the level of education you try to pursue. If you're trying to get into an esteemed university in Seoul or anywhere else in Korea, maths is generally prerequisite to it. You have to have a good understanding and grade of maths. But if you're not pursuing that goal, then yeah, I'd say 50 and over percent. Just it's not that they give up entirely in maths, they just don't focus as much to it and rather do other subjects.
The people at the highest level are probably significantly more so than maybe in other countries.
Probably, yeah, because there have been a lot of social experiments where medias and stuff had Harvard students take the KSAT, SAT equivalent in Korea, and they often don't do well in those exams because the level is way too high. And it's just not about the level of sort of understanding that tricks Harvard students. It's more about the technical elements of how skillful you are in solving a question and how well you structure it. So it's just mainly about technique, I guess.
Awesome, fantastic, thank you. So what's your Korean name?
권수현.
And you said that you have a YouTube channel. So what's your YouTube channel? What's it about?
I record my videos for my family. You know, my family want to see how I live and then abroad because we live different place. So I mostly do a vlog, and I really like to play golf. So I just shoot myself playing golf.
I'll put a clip of it into the video. Hopefully you'll get some subscribers. Hi everyone, my name is Korede and I'm embarking on an exciting challenge going from 600 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers in 1 month. I need your help to achieve this. I am a YouTuber, I make great exciting videos, traveling, asking people about hot topics. You can check out my videos, subscribe, follow, share and like. Let's hit this target of 10,000 subscribers in 1 month. Together we can do this. Let the internet unite and let's make this happen.